Can you guys hear me? Not sure if you guys can hear me. I just accidentally did I accidentally set the live. I'm on my phone and I set the live on the portrait, or no, what is it? Portrait instead of landscape. So hello everybody. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me know if you guys can see the video. Today we are using ButterPat uh, cast iron today. So we're going to feature butter pat today, as well as you guys can see, we're going to be baking with these small pans. So we're going to be baking up some cast iron skillet cookies. So with that being said, let me get started, guys. Hello, everybody. Hello, Corey Clark, Cynthia Wesley, Rick, Mad Mullet 1990, William Hurt, Debbie, Deb Scott, Mercy B, hello. Jeanette, good to see you. 4Jim44. Who else do we have in here? And if I don't mention your name, guys, I'm really sorry. I'm not trying to ignore you or anything of that nature. So, with that being said, let me model the my apron that I got from ButterPat. So bear with me. I am using my cell phone to stream today. Wanted to give that a go and see how well it does. So let me set you guys down so you guys can see me. And I'm going to flip it around. Here we are. It's been a while since you guys have seen me on camera. Grew my hair out again. And so yeah, it's kind of a crazy mess going on. So what do? I always tie it back. And as you can see, we got a new mic. The microphone is supposed to help with wind noise. So we're going to be doing some Dutch oven cooking pretty soon. I want to say the weekend of the 18th. So it'd be possibly before the end of August. I'll do a Dutch oven cooking video. And there's something that I will, or something that I'm going to do for you guys in the sense of a new piece of cast iron cookware that I'm getting from a friend. So we're going to be showing off a number 16 Dutch oven that I'm getting from a friend, Cast Iron Mike, on Instagram. I've become really good friends with him, and he has a lot of cool cast iron cookware. So with that being said, we're going to do Dutch oven cooking before the end of the year. Also, we're going to use the Sportsman grill pretty soon. And I'm super late to the summer stuff, so don't think that I've forgotten about that stuff. So with that being said, let's go and get into the recipe for today. As I mentioned, we're going to be using the ButterPat skillets. We're doing skillet cookies. Alrighty, I'm going to switch you guys back. That way you guys don't get to see my ugly mug. Alrighty, there we go. If there are any issues, guys, let me know, and I will try my best to address those issues. Alrighty. Actually, I'm going to need that. As I mentioned, I'm using my cell phone to stream, so if I'm hoping that we're not going to cut off. I did get better Wi-Fi here at this home. It's supposed to be 1 gig of speed, so super fast. So we shouldn't have any issues. So with that, I'm hoping that we don't have any streaming issues, but let me know if anything happens. Alrighty, guys, so we're going to be using the recipe that I got here from John Cannell, which is Preppy Kitchen on YouTube. So if you guys want to screenshot this recipe, I don't know if you guys can see it very well. Hopefully you can. If not, I will list off the ingredients. We're going to need 2 cups of all-purpose flour, or 240 grams, half a teaspoon of baking soda, half a teaspoon of kosher salt, 10 tablespoons of unsalted butter, which is technically 2 sticks of butter, softened. So make sure that the butter is softened. Also, we're going to need a half a cup of firmly packed light brown sugar, which doesn't have to be light brown. It could be brown sugar. Doesn't matter. Just make sure that it's brown sugar. We're also going to need a half a cup of granulated sugar, which is also 100 grams. 1 large egg, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. I'm going to eyeball this. Well, not everything, but I'm going to eyeball some of this stuff. Also, we're going to need 3/4 cup 3/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons of semi-sweet chocolate chips, which I do have here. Also, we're gonna need a half a teaspoon of flaky sea salt, which I do recommend. If you guys have not tried flaky sea salt, give it a go. If you guys go to your closest Nob Hill, Bel Air, or Rayleigh's, they do have flaky salt. You can find it in the seasoning aisle, and you should try cookies with flaky sea salt. It is a game changer if you guys haven't done so. But with that, let's get started. Those are the ingredients, and I actually have to get my ingredients together, so bear with me. All right. And you know what's actually nice about this is that I can actually see the chat on the phone, which is actually pretty cool. With the I hadn't done this before streaming with the phone, so I can see everything that is going on here. So if you guys have any questions or anything you guys want to ask, you can do so. So as I mentioned, thank you to everybody who is here. Also, actually, before we get started, we are going to have a giveaway, and I have so much cast iron that I have to do these giveaways, and because I don't know what to do right now with the move. I got to see how much cast iron I actually have, and I'll tell you what, it kind of scared me. I have a lot, and I think it's okay for me to give some pieces out. So I have a lot of new stuff. So let me show you guys before we start. Let me show you guys what we're gonna do for the giveaway. While these are baking in the oven, we'll do the giveaway. So bear with me. Let me go grab those pieces. Alrighty, just so you guys can see, we have a lodge here. We also have some goodies, but we have the Yellowstone 10 1/4 inch skillet, brand new. And for anybody who is a Yellowstone fan from the show, the TV show, these are great pans, and I do like the Yellowstone show, and I've watched it. So anyway, brand new pan. This is what's going to be in the giveaway today. Along with some goodies here, we also have several stickers from Lodge. So we have the stickers here, and also a what do you call these? The handle holder or sleeves or whatever these are. You can see they're made from Lodge, and just so that they can protect your hands from the the heat. But I don't recommend that you cook with these because they will burn. So these are technically just meant for you to grab the pan after you're done cooking. So if you want to, move it around, you can do so. Slip it on, but just make sure that you don't leave these on while you're cooking because they will burn. Just a FYI, guys. And I think that's all we have in there. Yeah, that's those are the goodies for today. But we'll do that during the baking. So we'll do the giveaway. So bear with us. Okay, so what are we going to need? Let's see. Preheat the oven to 350. So let's do that. I preheat the oven. Actually, no, I'll wait because that thing is pretty loud, and I don't want to make too much noise quite yet. So let's skip that. We're gonna need a medium bowl. We're gonna need a whisk, and let's get started. Oh, and as I mentioned, I can actually see the chat here on the screen, which is actually pretty nice. Nesh's River Catfishing says, that's a pretty butter pad. I bought the mini. I like the look of them. I think it's time to buy one to cook with. Yeah. I also have the small one, now that you mentioned that. The Aunt Alma. This is a little guy, a little spoon rest butter pad, but pretty cool little design on this. Pretty awesome. And honestly, I think if you guys are interested, I think they're only about 10 or $15. I can't recall. It might be a little bit more. But these are awesome. So yeah, I left it out because I might put a little bit of the cookie dough in here and maybe possibly put it in the oven. We'll see. We'll see. We might try a really miniature cookie. Let me know if you guys want to see that. But anyway, moving on. What's going on with Mercy? Says, don't run away. Mercy, I got your number. Smart girl. Okay. Oh my goodness, you guys. All right. I'm doing my best not to be too loud with the pans here. Or I'm sorry, the mixing bowl. I am going to be using a metal mixing bowl. Alrighty. And actually, what I'm going to use is a scale. So bear with me. Let me go grab my scale. All right, guys. Put this over here for now, and I'm going to move you guys just a tiny tad so you guys can see what's going on over here. Okay. I should have actually gotten all my ingredients together. That way I wouldn't be moving left and right and here and there. So anyway, first thing that we're going to need is butter and the sugars. Beat on, no, you know what we're going to do? We're going to melt the butter and the sugar. So let me grab the butter. I'll be right back. Okay, I have softened butter here, and but what I'm going to do is actually we're going to turn on the stovetop and actually melt it. So we're going to incorporate it with the sugar. So let's do that. I'll scoot you guys a little bit right there so you guys can see. We'll use this one here. Now, like I mentioned, you don't want to cook with the handle holders. They will burn. So we're going to avoid that. And as I mentioned, I think we're going to need 2 of these, which it seems like a lot of butter. But, I mean, cookies are pretty much full of butter. Alrighty, guys. So let's go there. And let's get a little bit more. Alrighty. That looks like a lot of butter. All right. What I should do is actually set them down. There we go. Oh, I do have a question actually. Papa Dan, did you get the your winning prize? I know I sent it a little bit later than what I normally do, but let me know in the comments if you. I don't know if actually is Papa Dan here, guys. Let me know. I think he was the winner of the Lancaster skillet. From the last live that I did, we did the giveaway for that Lancaster number 8. So, and if so, if you've already received it and if you are here, Papa Dan, let me know if you like the skillet or your thoughts on it. I'd like to know. One thing to note here too, guys, is that well, for me, if you guys followed me from a year or a couple months ago, I actually had a electric stovetop. So using the gas stovetop, big difference here, and you can tell that everything heats up a lot quicker, everything cooks a lot quicker, and I do like that a lot. Where's my napkin? Don't want to burn myself. There we go. And let me know if you guys have gas cooktops or if they're electric. What do you guys prefer? Do you guys prefer using electric, induction, or gas? I think that's good enough. I don't want the butter to get too hot. I don't want, I need it to cool down a little bit so that way when we start mixing, we're not going to start baking the ingredients. So we're going to let that just sit there for now. And what I do want to do now is actually add the flour. So we're going to do that and switch you guys over here. Cynthia Wesley says gas, but just got a new flat top. I hate it. Oh, gas 100%. Mercy B. Oh, Papa Dan is here. So Papa Dan, did you already answer the question I had for you? Did you get your skillet and what do you think of it? Let's see, Luis. No, I didn't receive the Lancaster. I was wondering about it. Really? Well, I do have a tracking number on that, so I will check it and we'll see what's going on. So you said you haven't received it, huh? Yeah, as I mentioned, I do have tracking, so I'll do tracking on that, and I do have it insured, so it does have insurance as well. So anyway, good to know. All right, guys, we are doing, let's see, flour. We're doing 240 grams of flour, and I'm using all-purpose flour. Skillet cookies are probably one of the easiest things that you can make in a cast iron, and honestly, one of the best ways to make a cookie. Not only that, but you can actually leave that cookie in there. And that's what I did before. I used I used 2 Butter Pat Jones to make the Lodge recipe, and this recipe is from Preppy Kitchen or John Cannell, and it is different from the Lodge version. So this is, you know, like as I said, a bit different, not the same recipe. So this is the first time that I try this one, and we'll see how this one goes. So as I mentioned, 240 grams of flour. No, right there, perfect. 239. Don't want to add more, just so I don't have to go over, or I'm not, you know, I don't want to go over. Alrighty, 239 grams. Next, we're going to need some baking powder. So move this to the side. The layout of the kitchen I do prefer, and I have more availability of the counter space, so I do like that a lot as well. Yeah, Papa Dan says he's been looking for the mailman every day, no package. Yeah, as I mentioned, I'll if so, I'll call USPS because that's who I used, and we'll go from there. I'll let you know, Papa Dan, what's going on. Alrighty. Next, so 240 grams of all-purpose flour. Next, we're going to need some baking soda. I like using this one here. Great stuff. I like Bob's Red Mill. And what is it? Half a teaspoon. So half a teaspoon. Where is my measurements? Here we go. Alrighty, we got 1 teaspoon here, so I'm assuming that the next one is half a teaspoon. Here we go. Half a teaspoon. Next, we need half a teaspoon of kosher salt, which, I mean, it doesn't really matter. It could be kosher, it can be normal salt, doesn't matter. So we're just gonna most likely use normal salt. Doing half a teaspoon. Actually, I don't think I want to do half because table salt, this is considered table salt, is a bit more saltier. So that there is a difference. Kosher salt is in a bigger granule and less salty than table salt. Alrighty. Next, let's see, what else do we have? Should we add the brown sugar? I don't know yet. I think so. Half a cup. So let's add the brown sugar. Actually, we're gonna add it to the skillet. So we'll move the skillet over here. And as I mentioned, guys, this is a different recipe. So obviously, I'm here and there and somewhat second guessing myself. So forgive me if for going back and forth on many things. All right. So what was it? Oh, brown sugar. To me, I think half a cup seems like a lot. I might do a quarter instead of half. I might do a quarter cup of brown sugar and a quarter cup of granulated sugar. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do because that sounds like a lot. Because half and half would be a full cup of sugar. That's, I don't know. To me, that seems like a lot of sugar. I might, you know what? I might do a third cup. So we'll do the third cup instead. We'll see how that goes. All right, we got the brown sugar here, and I am using dark brown sugar. We are going to put it on the skillet. I think it's fine. Maybe put something on here. There we go. So, nope. We're going to go with half a cup of firmly packed brown sugar. Actually, it's not firmly packed. It's just packed in there. Next, we're going to do a quarter cup of granulated sugar. Alrighty. That seems like a lot, but anyway. Alrighty, then we're going to need 1 egg, but we're going to stir this first, and then we'll go from there. Alright, guys. Now, I'm hoping that, me changing the recipe a tiny tad isn't going to make a big difference, but as I mentioned, I'm not a big fan of, neither is anyone around me a big fan of very, like sweet desserts. So that's why we're going this route with reducing the amount of sugar in the recipe. So we're just going to mix this in. And the reason why I wanted to place it in the warm butter instead of placing it into the bowl is that this way it incorporates and kind of melts in with the butter. You get more of a homogeneous mixture here versus, placing it in there in the dry ingredients. Not only that, but I'm hoping that it kind of cools down the butter too. So don't know if that's actually going to happen, but in my mind, it's going to cool down the butter and all work out perfectly well. almost reminds me of, it smells like caramel or caramel? Caramel or caramel? How do you guys pronounce it? I say caramel. That's how I've always have said it, caramel or no, caramel. My bad. I say caramel. What am I even saying? I don't know why, guys. I feel a little bit out, like I'm not there 100%. Don't know why. Taking 1 week off, kind of. I feel like I'm not in the zone as I should be. Oh, somebody's here. Bear with me. Bear with me, guys.
Yes. Sorry about that. I kind of went around a circle.
Thank you. Thank you. Put it down, guys. Sorry about that, guys. We had somebody come over. Anyway, as I was saying, I feel a bit off. I don't know why. I feel out of place. I do want to chit chat with you guys. So, all right, I think that's good enough. That looks good. Now, before we switch over, what I do want to do is actually stir all this together. That way we don't forget, or I don't forget. Alrighty. So there we go. Next, we're going to add the mixture here that we have. And lastly, we're going to do the egg. I'm sorry, we actually need some vanilla as well. But let's do the mixture here. We're going to mix now. And from there, we'll add the egg and the vanilla. Smells like, as I said, caramel or caramel. I was tuned in last night to Cast Iron Chaos's channel, and honestly, I had a blast. It's always fun being there and being amongst the chat and getting to see what everybody says. I do like that a lot. Alrighty, that's that. Next, we are going to mix this. Only problem is we don't want to mix this too much, so I'm going to use the spatula and not the whisk. And the more that you mix the dough together, it could cause a more dense and almost hard cookie instead of a light cookie, and that chewiness. That I like a chewy cookie, so I don't know about you guys, but I prefer it in that texture, that chewiness. But yeah, if you guys want to avoid a very tough or dense cookie dough, then yeah, don't mix with a mixer or anything like a handheld mixer. So as you can tell, it's coming together pretty well. As I mentioned, fairly easy. Cookie dough is always so easy to make. Alrighty, I think this is a great consistency here that we're looking for. Now we're going to add the vanilla and the egg, and that's about it. So I think the recipe was actually fairly easy. As I mentioned, eyeballing it. That's good enough for me. We're going to add the chocolate in a minute, but you know what? I should have added the egg before I added it or mixed everything together. That might have been a problem, or possibly can be a problem. Hopefully, it is not. Right. Yep, and I think it is a problem. I should have actually added the egg shortly after I started mixing it, or before I mixed it. Well, don't do my mistakes, guys. If you guys recreate this recipe, make sure that you guys cool down the butter a tiny tad longer, so that way you don't have scrambled eggs in your cookie. I feel like I might have been ill prepared for this. What I should have done is actually I should have done a trial run of this recipe, but there has to be chaos in all these lives. And I'm okay with that. Can't always be perfect. And honestly, you know, if I'm here and everything is always turning out great, and I have no issues and no flaws, and nothing bad ever happens in the channel, honestly, it almost becomes somewhat very tame and very boring. So it has to be a little bit of chaos. Alrighty. All right. Next, we are adding about yay much of chocolate chips. Possibly a little bit more. As I said, eyeballing half these things. But so the cookie dough is looking a bit wet. Not sure if that's a good or bad thing. Might be the fact that I've incorporated the egg in the last, you know, mixture of this dough, which maybe it didn't incorporate well, and now it's just on the outside clinging to the dough instead of being incorporated in the dough. So I'm, crossing my fingers. Everybody cross your fingers, making sure that this cookie actually turns out and isn't a big, huge old failure. Alrighty. That's that. I think, as I mentioned, it looks a little wet. I don't know. Should I add a bit more, maybe sprinkle a dust of flour? What do you guys think before I bake this? Let me know in the comments. Should I add a bit more flour? Dark Horse 50 says, should have just used the egg to egg wash the top. Now, the egg has to be incorporated into the mixture. Can't really skip it. Dark Horse 50 says, no more flour. Maybe the rest of the sugar. I'm going to add a bit more of brown sugar. We'll do, so if I did a third, we'll do maybe a quarter. We're going to add about a quarter then of sugar. We'll go from there. And I'm going to do the brown sugar instead. I prefer the brown sugar. It gives it, I want to say it gives it more of a nuttiness to it somehow. I mean, not that brown sugar is, has that flavor profile to it. But, all right, let's incorporate that. And as I mentioned, everybody, wish me luck that this cookie turns out somewhat okay. Sounds like mush to me. I don't know if that's a good thing. But anyway, enough complaining. We're going to turn on the oven and we're going to go from here and see what happens. And if it doesn't turn out, then I'll try again. Alrighty, so oven at, what is it? What does it say? We are going to heat the oven at bake for 22 to 25 minutes or until the edges are lightly browned and a toothpick inserted in the center of the cookie comes out clean. Sprinkle with flaky salt. That's not telling me right there. Where is it? Oh, 350. Okay. Should have known that. Alrighty. And what I'm going to do is actually add this to the pans just to prevent any kind of sticking. I like this a lot for baking. So it does come with flour, which helps it release a lot easier. So we're going to do that with these right now. With the Lodge recipe, I don't know if you guys remember that one. I do remember it would say like clean off, because they tell you to pretty much use the pan as the bowl. You do all the mixing in the pan, and it does tell you towards the end before you bake to make sure to clean off the edges. Not necessarily, I don't understand why, but I'm going to clean the pan even though I probably shouldn't have, because it did have butter in it and some sugar, so I'm sure that would have helped out, but well, we're going to start from a clean pan. Alrighty. And as I mentioned, we're just going to coat the cooking surface of the pans. And once the oven comes to temp, we'll stick them in there for how long? 20 to 22 minutes. So it should be fairly quick. And actually, since we're separating because the recipe is for a 10 1/4 inch skillet, since we're going to be separating the dough, it might be quicker. So it might be about 15 minutes instead of the 22 minutes. So anyway, here we go. Spray a little bit of this. Let's turn on the my hood range fan. Anyway, we're gonna spray. I love this. Pam smells so good. I've tried other brands. This thing smells so good. But anyway, we're gonna coat it like so, just like that. We're gonna do the same thing with the new pan. Oh, just so you guys can see, this is a brand new butter pat skillet. This is the Etsy. It's a 8-inch diameter pan. That's what we're going to be using. So we're going to be using 2 8-inch, and the cooking surface is actually 6 inches from the top rim to the other, the diameter, 8 inches. So we're going to do that. Spray this one down as well. Alrighty. I think that's pretty well coated. Alright. What I want to do is actually transfer about half of the dough over to one, and then we'll do the other one. So that looks about half. Oh yeah, that's perfect. There we go. This proportion, this amount of batter actually works great for this. So if you guys have a 8-inch pan, you guys want to do, this, you want to separate it. I think you can use 2 8 inches for this recipe, or you can just stick to the original recipe and use a 10 1/4 inch pan. Alrighty, that looks good to me. Next, we're going to add a bit more of the chocolate chip. Actually, what I want to do is move you guys over so you guys can see. Oh, you know what? I'm thinking about actually making a small miniature little cookie. We'll see if that works. We're going to give that a go. All right. We're going to try making a little portion here on this one. We'll see how that goes. So I got to wash it because this is actually a new one. I have one already, but I got one of these once again. The one that I have actually has some casting flaws. You can't really see the back portion of it. So I decided to, get another one. As I mentioned, not very expensive. Oh my goodness, I just splashed all over myself. A bunch of water. Telling you guys, don't know what's going on. Feel a bit out of it. Hopefully everybody is doing well. Hopefully everybody's having a lovely week. Nothing too crazy going on in your lives, I'm assuming. All right. Got it coated. We're gonna place a little bit of that batter from this one here. Take a little chunk of it. What I should do is actually use my fingers to get this in there. Last time I used this, I actually put a little banana bread in this, and it turned out pretty well, actually. Bite-sized, honestly. But it was hilarious. My wife thought it was the funniest thing ever. So, and you got to make sure not to add too much because it will, it'll rise a bit, and you don't want all the small amount of batter that's in there to pour out. And add some chocolate chip to it. And there we go. That one's set. Put this guy right here. And we're going to add the remainder into this one here. Alrighty. That looks good to me. And there we are. That little one cracks me up. Alright guys, and this one here, my oven doesn't necessarily tell me when it's ready. The only way I know is if that little light turns off. We have it set on a low bake, which is the recommended setting, and we're at 350. So once the oven preheats, we'll put these in there, and we'll go for about 15 minutes at first, and if we need more time, we'll go from there. So right now that we're here, actually I don't know why I have this on. I should probably not. I don't think I need it. Let's see. I want to read the comments. What are you guys talking about? Let's see. Debbie says, "Oh wow, looking good. I'm hoping that it will turn out well and not a giant mess. Just for the fact that I should have added the egg prior to mixing it. I don't know why I didn't. I was scared that I was gonna get scrambled eggs in there." All right. Let's see what else. Anything you guys want to ask? Anything you guys want to know? Ask away in the comments. Honey Badger says, "Thank goodness for the new apron." I don't know whose apron we're talking about, but I do have a new apron from Butterpat actually, and it's a bit different. I do like it. I have one from Headley and Bennett. Those are really nice, and those are the more popular brand aprons. But this Butterpat one actually is very, very nice. Lundy Way makes it, their shop in San Francisco. Cynthia Wesley says, "I love my Pam." Yeah, I like Pam too. Debbie said, "Someone told me I can get one at Costco for 100, so I'm gonna look and put it on my credit card. Maybe. I thought you were talking about the Lodge 9-inch. I'm sorry, Lodge the number 9 or 11-inch pan. I hear that at the moment that skillet is only available at Costco." Jeanette says it will probably be chewy, which I like it better. All right, let's see. Rick says, "Now, come on, Luis. We expect perfection from you, even when things go perfectly wrong." I know, guys. I I'm a huge mess sometimes here and there. Sometimes my recipes turn out great. Sometimes they don't. And the fact that you guys don't get to taste the food, I'll be honest. I think out of all the meals that I've made and featured on YouTube, there was probably at least 10 of those that were not as great as they looked. Maybe more. Maybe I'm being too modest there, saying only 10. It could be possibly more. So just know that if you guys are new to cooking, or if you guys are just trying out new recipes, it's not always going to be perfect. And honestly, the more time that you get to know a recipe, get to cook a recipe, the better that you're going to get at it. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Don't know why Cynthia's message was hidden, but I'll show it anyway. Let's see. Alrighty, where else are we? I was up. early. Let's see. Let's see. Jeanette says, I don't know if I'm weird, but I hate aprons. Jeanette, you might be a tiny tad weird. No, I'm just kidding. Well, some people like aprons, some don't. I tend to cook a lot of food that is usually going to splatter all over the place. And with that being said, I don't want to ruin all my shirts. So that's why I use the aprons. Not only that, but I actually like, stuffing my pockets with napkins and whatnot. Like right now, look, I have napkins right here. And I like this. I'm going to flip the camera so you guys can see me. There's my nifty phone stand that I'm using to stream. All right, let me flip the camera. All right. So this is the Butter Pat apron. And shoot, I don't know if I can show it, but it does have pockets here. But they're not the traditional, like where you go up from here and there are pockets here. No, it's almost like a sweater pocket. So that's pretty cool. It goes all the way through, so you can stick your napkins or whatnot, whatever you want, utensils in there. Pretty cool. Also has a little pocket right here. So you got pockets up here for utensils and possibly maybe a thermometer. Because that's usually what I do, guys. I use like this. I have the thermopop. Whoops. And I like to put them here in the pocket whenever I'm cooking. That's what I like that for. So I like all the pockets. But anyway, let's see. What else do we have? I'm still good. For some reason, this oven takes a bit longer. I mean, it is a lot bigger. The oven is pretty wide. Not that it's bigger, but it is a lot wider. So the oven takes, shoot, I don't know. It has a setting where I can heat it up a lot quicker, but I don't like doing that. I can wait. So I use the setting that heats up the oven gradually. But it does take longer because right now, just to get it up to 350, it's already been about 5-10 minutes, 10 minutes probably, and it still hasn't gotten there. So that is why we're chatting here. Jeanette says, I wear my old house clothes that when I cook. That's actually a good idea. I have work clothing that I could possibly use, but I don't. So I put on an apron. Rick, I swear with you, Rick, I'm gonna kick you out and ban you from the channel. I bet it takes a lot less time now that it has the door. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Because now it's not heating up the house. Now I made it into an actual oven. I'm just kidding, Rick. I love you. I love you, Rick. Thank you. Oh, you can see my thumb here. I pinched my finger and you can see the blood there. But anyway, let's see. What else do we have? Papa Dan says, put a slice of bread in your brown sugar container to keep sugar from clumping. Oh, okay. This one actually is pretty airtight, and it doesn't clump. But I mean, brown sugar tends to stick together. So, but it's not clumpy though. So I do like that a lot. But thank you for the tip. I always appreciate tips. Debbie says, get an apron. The grease will always find a way on your clothes. Yeah, that's what happened to me. This shirt actually. Let me show you guys. I have to take off the apron, but this shirt here is actually full of grease stains. I don't know if you guys can see. Don't want to be showing off my big belly, but no, you can't see. But this shirt, I'm trying to be better at it, and obviously my wife buys my clothes, so I don't want her to be upset that I ruined my clothes. But yeah, it's full of grease stains, so um, that's why I have aprons. I am a messy cook. Alrighty, let's see. What else do we have? Papa Dan, Cynthia, tisk tisk on your comment ratings. if you guys want to know what the message was and why it was not shown, was because Cynthia said it might get hard, and that's why I don't set the rules. It just does it itself. I don't. It took it as something else, but I thought it was pretty funny. Cynthia will. How's the wife adjusting to the move? Oh, she loves it here. She loves, yeah. And the thing is that, okay, if you guys, we haven't really talked about it, but we got to remodel this place before we moved in, and that's why it took so long. And we got to choose all the finishes. We got to choose the countertops, the everything. So everything in here is, something that we chose, uh, with a couple of little things that we didn't. But yeah, everything in this home, we chose it, and my wife obviously loves it because she got to choose everything that we got. And to be honest, she is a designer. She's an interior designer. She works for, actually, she doesn't work for anybody. She used to work for a firm up in Truckee. She got a lot of work experience, and from there, I somewhat convinced her to start her own business, which she did, and she's doing really well. Hence, why we can afford the insane amount of cast iron cookware, thanks to her. Don't let her know that. She, maintains my hobby. She's the one that actually, um, she's the one that makes the money. She makes a lot more money than I do, and I'm proud that she does. She's a very hardworking woman. But anyway, yeah, she loves this place, and I think she did really well on designing the place. So I'm happy, and I'm happy that she's happy. So I did a lot of work here. I helped remodel this place. So yeah, you know, here's something. So over the weekend, I was talking with my family from my wife's side, and they said, hey, they were asking me about my YouTube channel, and I kind of said, hey, I have a YouTube channel, guys. Make sure you guys are following me. And everybody's like, oh, okay, well, we didn't know that. And I said, I've talked about it numerous times, and so I come to find out nobody's following me. So I'm like, really, guys, thanks for the support. I appreciate the support. So I was giving them, I wasn't upset, but I was just pretending to give them crap. And anyway, so they after that they started giving me suggestions of things I should do, and one of them was, hey, why don't you cook without a shirt? And I said, no, no, that's not gonna happen. No, I'm not one of those guys. Not only that, but I need to get into shape, which I'm not. And yeah, no, I'm not one of those guys. Not only that, since I cook with hot cast iron, and half of the things are fried. Can you imagine? And not only that, if I didn't wear an apron and was just cooking shirtless, cooking bacon would be a morning challenge, which I would not be up to. Definitely would not be up to. And you know what? I would probably have a lot of burning, a lot of scars, which obviously wouldn't be fun. So, but I thought it was pretty hilarious that they said, hey, why don't you, to get your ratings up, start cooking shirtless. And I'm like, nobody's here for that. Everybody's here for the cast iron. But they're just saying it joking, and it was pretty funny. I just wanted to share with you guys. Okay, we are finally there. Enough of my chit chat. Oh my goodness, who got banned again? Somebody got banned again from the messages. Oh my, Cynthia, your messages are getting blocked left and right. I'm gonna show it anyway because I think it's funny. I'll read. No, I'm not gonna read it. I'm just gonna leave the message there. Cynthia, thank you. Rick says, "Chicks dig scars." Yeah, my wife would not dig that. No, I know that for a fact. She'd be upset if any woman was trying to talk to me. But anyway, alrighty, let's switch on and move over to the cast iron, which is why we're here. Alrighty, guys. So As you can see, the light's off, so that means we're ready. We're just gonna throw these in there. Not necessarily throw them, but place them in there. Oh yeah, just so you guys can see. There we go. And we're gonna let those go for about 15 minutes. So if you guys have an iPhone or anything of that nature, I'm gonna actually, oh shoot, I forgot the little guy. Almost forgot this little guy. Ow, it's hot in there. Alrighty. I'm gonna tell my Siri to set a timer. So you might want to turn down the volume so that way I don't set off your Siri. But anyway, hey Siri, set a timer for 10 minutes.
There was a problem with your timer request. Please try again in a minute.
Of course. Never mind, guys. Let me just do it myself manually because Siri is never available. Oh my goodness. Where is my timer? Oh, here we go. Timers. Let's set one for 10 minutes. There we go. Going for 10 minutes, guys. Alrighty. So with that, let's try to do the giveaway now. So let me grab that. Alrighty, guys. Once again, if you guys weren't here earlier and you guys are just joining us, we are doing a giveaway. This is a Lodge 10¼ inch skillet, brand new, and this is the Yellowstone version. So pretty awesome skillet, as I mentioned, brand new. Alrighty. Also in this giveaway, we are including the handle holder, or whatever way you want, the handle sleeve, whatever you want to call it, and some stickers from Lodge as well. So that is also going to be included. And Papa Dan, I'm really sorry about the skillet. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to look into it. So yeah, don't think that we don't ship these out. Yes, I have to ship these out because, well, as I mentioned, I have way too many. With that being said, this is not sponsored or endorsed by YouTube. This is something that I do for the viewers. And this is as a thank you to everybody who tunes in to watch the lives. I appreciate everybody who's here. Also, this is not sponsored or endorsed by Lodge Cast Iron. This is, once again, something that I do for my viewers. So, in order for you to be entered, you have to be here within the 50 states of the United States. Also, you have to be subscribed to the channel. So please subscribe to the channel. And from there, I think that's about it. If you want to hit like on these videos, please do so. And if not, then, well, what can I say? I'm not going to force you to. So, alrighty, let's move on. Let's do the random number generator. Let me grab my stuff to get ready. And I think most of you that are here at the moment already know what everything is going to be like. So, random number generator, we're going to do 1 to 200. Don't spam the number, and also once you set in your number, we're going to stay at that one. So don't be changing your number, guys. No cheating. Nobody likes cheaters. That's what I tell my son. Nobody likes cheaters. Right, Joel? Nobody likes cheaters. Okay, so no cheating. Alrighty, here we go. We're going to give it a minute or so. And yeah. Once again, if you do try to change your number, you will not be qualified for this prize. So please, as I mentioned, do not switch your number. Alrighty, let's see. And thank you for everybody who's here this evening. I appreciate your time. I know that in the East Coast, it is, what is it, 7, 8, 9? Oh my goodness, it's 9 o'clock. Wait, no, 7, 8, 9. No, that can't be right. It's 10 o'clock in the East Coast. Oh my goodness. I can't count, guys. I don't know what's going on. Alrighty, I think we are ready. So let's get this going. As always, you guys can see here, we have the random number generator. We're doing 1 as the minimum, 200 as the maximum. All right, hopefully you guys can see that. 1, 200, as I mentioned. All right, hopefully everybody has their numbers in. I'm going to start. If you guys do not have your numbers already in and you guys do so afterwards, then you will not be qualified for this giveaway. All right, going once, going twice, and here we go. 152. Oh my goodness. Old-fashioned coffee pot, 152. You got the, wow. You hit it right on the number. So does anybody else have 152? Oh my goodness, somebody else has. Gardening and growing also has 152. All right, so gardening and growing. Please, we're going to redo this. So obviously we have a tie. Old-fashioned coffee pot. Please also redo your number. Old-fashioned coffee pot. You're saying you're from Canada. Shoot. For the next giveaway, old-fashioned coffee pot, then I will include Canada for the next one, but I cannot include it this time. So then I think the winner would be, oh shoot, who is it? If that's the case, then the winner would be gardening and growing, because as I mentioned, it's for within the states. I'm really sorry, old-fashioned coffee pot. For next time, I will include Canada for the next giveaway. Really sorry about that, old-fashioned coffee pot. I don't mean I feel bad. So just know that next time I will do my best to include Canada for the giveaway. Because from what I know, it shouldn't be that expensive to ship over to Canada. At least I don't think so. But yes, congratulations to Gardening and Growing, which is a new winner. The winners before have pretty much been very constant with the same amount of people. But congratulations to Gardening and Growing. If you're still here, please send me a message once this video ends, or find any of my videos. Send me a message, and I can, and what I mean by a message is leave a comment on one of my videos. That way I can get a hold of you. But if you cannot, the easiest way to find my email address is going to be going on YouTube on any web browser. So whether it's a computer or your phone, go to YouTube on the web browser, log into your account, and actually you might actually have to log into your account on the web browser. So make sure it's not the app. Uh, and then from there, you go to my channel. So you find Luis J. Cast Iron Cooking. And after that, you can go and search the tab that says About. There, you should be able to find my email address. Give me a contact, or I'm sorry, shoot me a message, and we'll get this sent over and shipped to you free of charge, obviously. I'm not going to charge anybody for this giveaway. Gardening and growing. Thanks for the giveaway, Luis, and thanks for all the congrats. Yes. As I mentioned, if you have any trouble, you can get a hold of anybody here, where I would say Rick and Cynthia are really great at communicating. So if you have any questions, you can ask them. Or I'm okay with Rick. I think you might have my email. If the chat allows it, I think go ahead and place my email in the chat. If not, then as I mentioned, gardening and growing, you can follow those instructions by going to Safari on an Apple device or any web browser of your choosing, and going to YouTube, signing in, going and finding my channel, Louis J. Cast Iron Cooking, and going from there to the About tab, and you can find my contact information. So, with that being said, congratulations once again to Gardening and Growing. All right, guys, that's that. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let me take a look at the oven. So bear with me, guys. Alrighty. Yeah, the little guy looks to be done. How much time has elapsed? Almost 10 minutes. Yeah, the little guy needs to come out. So hopefully I can grab it, because I didn't think about that. Oh my goodness, I can't grab it. I need like a spatula or something. Yep, I had to grab a spatula to grab the little cast iron here. So I'll flip the camera around so you guys can see how it turned out. I think it turned out pretty great. Here we go. The funniest little cookie, in my opinion. It's actually nice and soft. So not bad. I think it turned out decent. Not the best, but I think it's pretty good. As I mentioned, just the fact that it almost looked like I had done a lot or a very minimal amount of the dough. As you can see, the dough did rise, which, as I mentioned, if I would have added too much, then that would have gone over and it would have spilled in the oven, which I'm grateful that it did not, because I don't want to clean that up. I think that this is hilarious. I'm going to grab my kids so they can see this. Izel. Izel. Joel, come here. I want to show you guys. I'm on YouTube Live, but here, come over here, guys. Look at this tiny little cookie.
Hey, that thing's tiny.
What do you think, Joel?
Smells really good though, never mind.
Smells good?
Yes. It smells like a regular.
Like a regular cookie?
Yeah.
All right. What do you guys think?
It's special.
Let's see.
That cookie is so special. It looks like a mini cookie.
What do you think, Joel?
Yay!
My goodness. Alrighty, guys. I think that cookie turned out decent. Not that bad. If you guys saw, my wife was in the back over there trying to hide from the camera. Vicky, the chat was asking about you. They're asking what you think about your new home.
Am I what?
The chat wants to know what you think about your house, this home.
Oh, it's very nice.
Oh my goodness. That's all you can say.
I like it.
Thanks. I don't know why.
We're all not meant for the camera, Louis. I'm just saying.
Oh my goodness. Well, if you guys were wondering what my wife thought, you heard it. It's very nice. That's about it. That's all she can say. I think the best feature is, well, I love the kitchen, obviously, because that's my space. I think my wife's favorite feature of the home is the bathroom. She loves the bathroom. Yeah, and she did a great job with the bathroom. So, as I mentioned, she is a designer, and she had some say in this. So, a lot of the what do you call it?
Finishes?
The finishes were her choosing. So also the cabinetries here, the tile and the backsplash, all that, the granite. No, what is this? Granite or granite? Leathered granite countertops, the cabinets as well, the finishes, the paint color, and many other things were her choosing. So anyway, yeah, I think she enjoys the new home. Now we're waiting for the bigger skillets. When I did open the oven door, I did see that obviously they weren't done. So we're gonna go for another 6 minutes, according to my timer. We got 6 minutes to go for 20 minutes. Oh, yeah, but they're looking pretty good, to be honest. So I'm happy with the results. Debbie says they look great, Luis. Rick says congrats, Vicky. Vicky, are you still here? Yeah. Oh yeah. She says thank you. She's a woman of not very many words, but if you make her angry, she will give you a plethora of words. Yes, you will. I will probably get an earful later. So if you guys don't hear from me in the next couple days, you guys will know why. All right, let's see. I'm reading the. Sorry if I stay quiet, guys. It just like all of a sudden it just stays quiet. I'm reading the messages. Old fashioned coffee pot says that cookie looks cute. I think so as well. Vicky, did you even see the little cookie?
Yeah, adorable.
Well, my wife says it's adorable. Okay, yeah, we're gonna give that to Ellie, which is my youngest. Cynthia says, "Great show, Luis. So glad you could have it tonight." Now, my name is Luis, and when I refer to myself or I talk about myself, I usually say Luis. But my wife and my kids and well anybody, they tend to call me Louis. When I met my wife, she didn't like calling me Luis. She liked calling me Louis. So it stuck around, and even to this day, my sisters sometimes call me Louis. So it could be either. And my family as well. I have nephews that call me Louis, some that call me Louis, some that call me Luis. So either way, whatever way you guys want to pronounce it, that is my name. So just throwing it out there, guys. Cynthia Wesley says, "Small bark, big bite." She's referring to you, Vicky. You should, yeah, yeah. Right now, she's just being very quiet, but she's very, very loud. Yeah, yeah. I think I'm just digging myself into a bigger hole. As I mentioned, if you guys don't hear from me, you guys will know why. Sorry, guys. I know that this isn't very exciting here, but well, it's better. Well, actually, I'll flip the camera. That way, you guys can see my ugly mug. All right, guys. This is supposed to be a two-way communication here. Go at it, guys. Anything you guys want to mention? Anything you guys want to ask? Let me know. And yes, Rick, the oven has a door, and it's working.
You have some big cookies in there.
Yeah, yeah. Papa Dan, I'm reading your message. Says, can you Google UPS tracking? Yeah. I do have the UPS tracking. I was gonna send it to you, but I still have the receipt. So thankfully, I still have the receipt. I'm going to later tonight look at the UPS tracking number or USPS tracking number, and I'll ship it to you or I'll email it to you too. Not ship it. I'll email you the USPS tracking number as well. But I'll do a little bit of research myself to see where it's going, where it's at, or what's going on, and I'll send you an email. So look for that later tonight. And if not, if you're going to go to bed after this, then tomorrow morning you should be able to know what's going on. So I'm hoping that there's no issue. Either way, I did insurance the package. So if it is lost, I will most likely get refund for that, and then I'll send you one right away. If that's the case, that's worst case scenario, which I'm hoping that's not what happened. But this has never happened to me before, so I'm hoping that this isn't something that's going to continue to happen. RT Scott says cookie time. Yeah, actually, let's take a look. We got less than about 2 minutes now, so let me take a look. So let me see what the cookies look like. Shoot, I don't know. How about I show you guys? Where do you guys? I don't know. Rick's comment is being blocked. Why? Don't know. But I'm gonna show it anyway. All right. You guys let me know what you guys think. Do you think the cookies are ready? If so, I will take them out. What do you guys think? They're probably ready, actually. You know what? I probably should take them out. I wonder if this guy's still hot. That's good now. All right, here we go. I'm going to take out the cookies. Yeah, I think they're ready. Actually, what did his instructions say? I think his instructions were to use a toothpick and test the center. So you know what? We're going to do that, except it's not a toothpick. It's going to be a my little cake tester, which actually my wife bought this, and I had no idea what it was for until I started baking. So anyway, we're going to test. Well, that's a bunch of chocolate, so I think that's fine, though. I don't know. Maybe another 2 minutes. I don't want to dry it out too much either, but you know what? We're going to do another 2 minutes. So, or 3 minutes. We're going to do another 3 minutes because I think the center is still, I mean, I don't know. This one looks like it needs more time, but we'll place both back in. All right. Let's see. This is a really bad angle because it makes me look kind of large. I'm not that large, guys. I weigh about 165, 5'7", 165. I think that's an ideal weight. Don't know. But anyway, let's see. I'm reading the comments. Old-fashioned coffee pot says, not a toothpick, but my teeth. Yeah. Although you don't want raw batter, so you might not want to do that. Cynthia Wesley says, I need to know what's on these children of today. Not exactly sure what you mean, Cynthia. So you know which words are part of the new lingo. Oh, yeah. The lingo for the kids. Oh, my goodness. My oldest is 10 years old. And he'll throw some words at me. And I'm like, what? I don't get half the things you're saying. And I'm not even that old. Wait, how old am I? 36. I'm 36, guys. But anyway, he'll use some words, and the only words that I know is like Riz, which I'll be honest, I looked it up, and it's short for charisma. So when you say, a lot of kids are saying, oh, that kid has a lot of Riz, that's what that means. It's charisma, and obviously it's a good thing. So that's one of the words that I know. What's the other one? My son calls me bro. Doesn't call me, well, he does call me dad, but he calls me bro. So now I start calling everybody bro. I even call my wife bro, which she doesn't appreciate. What else? What other word, Vicky? What other word is there that Gen Z uses? Oh, cap. That's right. No cap or cap, which I still have a hard time because I no cap is saying like not lying, not a lie, or cap is like straight facts. I don't know, something like that. All right, yeah, 2 minutes are done. Thank you, Papa Dan. I think it was who said 2 minutes, or no? Yeah, it was Papa Dan. All right. Yes, this one over here looks good. The other one still looks a bit. Nah, you know what? I think it's good. All righty. Here we are. This is my 2-year-old pan that I've had, and obviously great seasoning on this. But yes, I think it turned out pretty decent. I'm not going to try it right now because what we're going to do is actually we're going to go to my in-laws, and so we're going to take these over there. We're going to transport these pans over to my in-laws, and I'm actually going to go over there to hang out for a bit. So that's why I made 2 of these, and we're going to show these later. I'll do a video with ice cream and all. I think we'll stop by and buy some ice cream. And anyway, I think the cookies turned out pretty good. They're not hard, which is nice. As you can see, I don't know if you guys can tell there, but the cookie dough is fairly soft, which is exactly what I wanted. So I'm happy with that. So if you guys do try out this recipe, let me know in the comments. Come back to the video and let me know in the comments what you guys think. If you guys need the recipe, I'll post it once this video uploads or this live uploads. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the live this evening. As always, I appreciate everybody who's here. I know that your time is valuable, and I know that you guys are busy as well. So I appreciate everybody who took the time to be here tonight. My goodness, it looks like my hands are super shaky. It's like I'm not that old for me to be, already having issues, shaky hands or things of that nature. But put you guys there for a minute. I'm going to read the comments before we go. Mercy B says, good night. Good night. Chris McGee, thank you, Luis. Thank you. Post recipe, please. Yes, I will, Papa Dan. I will post the recipe on the. So I'll post it once this uploads, which it will most likely upload by tomorrow morning. I'll post it in the description. So if you guys come back to this video, make sure you go to the description, and I'll have the recipe there. Debbie says, my children are older than you, Luis, except my granddaughter and daughters. She's been mine since a year old. Man, kids grow fast. I'll tell you that. It seems like I feel like a new parent, but it's been 10 years. Papa Dan says, Luis, you are younger than my kids, but I don't feel that old. It's always the mind. The mind is always, and I feel like that's where it counts. In your mind and in our minds, we're still young. I still feel like a child, to be honest. Sometimes I say and do a lot of childish things, and am I proud of it? Of course not. But I'll do and say goofy things, and I'm just sometimes I amaze myself at how silly I can be. Let's just put it that way. But anyway, I won't take any more of your time. I appreciate everybody. Have a lovely weekend. If I don't see you guys or stream anything on the weekend, as I said, be safe, enjoy yourselves, have a good night. As always, I appreciate everybody. And with that, I will catch you guys on the next live. Good night, everybody. Guys, you guys want to say goodbye?
Bye, everybody. Thank you for tuning in.
There you go. See, we heard a little bit from the wife. All right, guys. Good night. Oh my goodness, what happened?